Well, what is up, everybody? To Reverse TV here today. We're going to talk about more about Redfall. I'll have this game released in such a disappointing state, and the fact that the developers wanted $70 for a game like this is very telling. So, who should be blamed for this game? Like, I posed a question yesterday, but I'm going more in detail with it. Like, who should be blamed for this? We got Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox at this point. Whenever we see the decisions from Xbox, we look at that guy as to why the things go wrong. We look at that guy. Or should we blame Pete Hines as the head of Bethesda Studios? Because one of these guys had to okay this game being made and pushed out there. Like, Redfall is a good game. As a good game somewhere inside of the current shell it's in right now. Like, I don't know, maybe they do like the Fallout 76 treatment, the No Man's Sky treatment, where the game released, it was really trash, and then over time, like, these games are complete 180s, like they got complete makeovers, and they play and run a lot better than they did before. This game could possibly get to that point where it completely changes at maybe like a year or 2 years from now. It might look completely different. They keep adding on to it, but right now, in the state they released it in, it is not good. And why did anybody approve this to be brought out? I don't know why. Like, why would you okay this? Because Phil Spencer is a gamer. Like, we know Phil Spencer played video games, so he should know what's good or not, and this shouldn't be in a state that should be approved. Like, I don't understand. Like, Xbox has so much great momentum this year, but games like Hi-Fi Rush, even the Minecraft Legends game was okay for people who like that type of game. They just released the case of Benix Fox in Indiana was really good for Xbox. So they had a pretty good momentum, pretty good shift this year. But it's like they released this thing, and now it's just like everything's gone to trash. People are definitely losing faith in the brand, especially if there's a $7 video game and releasing games like this. It's like, why even release this in a state like this? And then you're paying for marketing and advertising. Like, what's the point of paying for marketing for this game? People, you gonna advertise people to play this game to get pissed off and not want to play it anymore, and think Xbox is not being great. So it's just a blemish and just a very obscure thing for the Xbox brand. And this is Xbox fans speaking about this. I don't care what a Sony fanboy has to say. They're gonna hate this game regardless. They're gonna hate Xbox regardless. But as an Xbox fan talking about this, why do they think it's okay to just release this game out like this? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, the 30 frames per second was the least of our concerns with the bad news about this game. Everything else about this game is a lot worse than the 30 frames. It's just insane. Like I said before, I wanted this game to be good, but it is not good. It's just in a terrible state. I can see people having fun. Like, I saw a lot of Xbox fans, they would say they were having fun playing an online component with other people. That is the only saving grace I can see for this game. Having fun playing an online component. But by yourself, it is just such a lonely world that you're going through, this lonely, empty world of it, fighting against these vampires, which is buggy. Sometimes the enemies are just, they don't even react to you shooting them. They barely even react. Or you get the flip side where the enemies just swarm you and you can't do anything about it. So it's just this weird, like, one way or the other. You're going to have the enemies do nothing, or the enemies just completely overwhelm you. So it's just like, I don't say people played this game and said, "Hey, we gotta ship this out. This is good. We want to make a whole empty world. The textures are barely loading. The textures are just looking terrible if they do load." It's just like, why release the game like this? So I just don't get it. I really don't get it. This was supposed to be a big budget AAA game that they were charging $70 for, but it's like, if I would have spent $70 for this game, I would have been highly pissed. I probably would have cursed Phil Spencer or Pete Hines, one of those guys out, to be honest. So I don't like the Xbox is looking like this now. Like I said, I prefer the Xbox running on PlayStation. I think Xbox does a lot of things better than what PlayStation does currently. And I don't like them just blemishing the brand with games like this. It's like, why are you releasing games like this so unfinished? Like, is it because they did that stupid, like, 12-month, the games come out with that 12-month announcement? If that's the case, y'all need to ignore that. Like, don't do that. Don't follow that schedule that you made up to begin with. Just release the games when they're finished and ready at this point. Because if you got to follow this 12-month program and games that come out like this, then it's like, might as well not even do it at this point. It's like, why even do it? So, like I said before, I'm still a fan of Xbox, but this is definitely, like, very disappointing to see games like this come out in this state. And it makes it even worse because you want to see a W for Xbox and a W for Xbox gamers in general. This is going to make the competition. People just hit on Xbox say, damn, I want to play a game like Redfall. But now we got to the point like it's like, bro, this game is just it's just mockery. It's just more mockery for Xbox, more mockery for Xbox fans. After we have been hit with layers of bad news for the constant few weeks. Like it's just not it's just terrible. So it's looking like Starfield has to do really great, really well to cover up this blemish for Xbox. It has to take up more slack than it needs to before. Like, the game has to be like the chosen one at this point. It has to be the Neo of video games for Xbox to take up for this blemish. Like, sure, we had a half-hour rush, but that was a great game. They releasing a Forza this year, which is like Forza games are always good, so you can always rely on that game being decent. The Forza games, if you're into racing games. Hellblade might come out this year. I don't know. That's like an iffy one. We haven't heard anything else really if that's going out this year or not. But Starfield has to be the chosen one. It has to be the great game this year. So because this is not looking good for them. They're moving forward, charging you $7 for video games. It's like Game Pass shouldn't be the excuse to why we play these games. Like even if we didn't have Game Pass, I still want the games to be great and amazing. So once again, who should be blamed? I don't know, but somebody should be fired or heavily reprimanded at this point. Like, this is not okay. They're releasing games like this is not okay. Like, I know some people were saying they're still having fun. Good for you. Like I said before in my previous video, if you're having fun with this game, don't let my opinion dissuade you from playing the game. Like, keep going at it. But I just couldn't take it anymore. And it just made me figure, like, why are we getting games like this in 2023? Like, is it because of COVID? Because the game development was delayed because of COVID? Like, why are we having these issues constantly with Xbox, it seems like? I don't know, but these are other people talking about this issue. This guy says, ignoring the performance issues, this game is just bad. The AI is pathetic. Even on the highest difficulty, the controls are clunky. Controls are definitely clunky in this game as well. The graphics are average. The world is empty. I don't understand why these companies seem to start charging us $30 for these unfinished garbage. And this is like the industry right now. Like, this is kind of like the current industry. Like, they're charging $7 for games or something to finish. Like once again, I keep pointing out Jedi Survivor. They're releasing the game for $70. At least EA apologized for that game not running right. At least they gave us an apology. Where's the apology from one of these people, Pete Hines or Phil Spencer? Like, why are you releasing a game like this? Where's the apology to Xbox fans at this point? Like, because this game is not good. It's just like not okay to release games like this at this point in time. And I feel it's better for Xbox guys to actually discuss this over you just seeing, like, once again, I don't care what these Sony guys say, what these Sony fanboys say. They hate Xbox for whatever reason. Even Xbox is doing good, they're still going to hate Xbox. But this is from an honest, actual discussion from Xbox fans, say why this game is releasing like this in this year. Why do people keep comparing graphics and different art directions? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to compare a game that has different art styles, but still, that doesn't stop the point that this game does not look great, no matter what art style, whatever you want to say, the game still does not look great. Because standards are at an all-time low, especially when it comes to Xbox fanboys. That's not even true, because Xbox has constantly released several great games over the start of this generation, so that's not true. It's just like, I just don't know why they keep releasing games like this. Or they know the media is against them from the get-go. Like, the media is definitely not an Xbox favorite this generation. Maybe in 360 days it was, but ever since Xbox One, the media has not been an Xbox favorite. So why would you give the media who hates Xbox and these Sony fanboys and Xbox haters more ammo at this point? Like, why? Like, I just don't understand it. Game Pass is why. Once again, they're blaming Game Pass as to why this is happening when it's not. I'm like, there's been several great games on Game Pass. I don't think that's a factor as to why games are releasing like this. Yeah. So I'm gonna conclude it right here. A lot of people are just blaming Game Pass, which I don't think that's the reason why. But Definitely want to see your thoughts down below on why we are getting games like this. Why does somebody think this was acceptable to bring out? Like, what are your thoughts about why this game was released unfinished? Because it's obvious, even if you're enjoying the game, it's obvious this game is unfinished. Like, you can't deny the fact this game is unfinished at this point. Like, it definitely was rushed out. Like, why are we getting games rushed out like this? Like, why? This game wasn't made in development for at least, like, I think, it's like around 5 years at this point. Like, they obviously gave them plenty of time to work on it, but they could have deserved more time if they still needed more time. Like, why was this rushed out at this point? So, definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.